Have you ever stopped to think about where everything comes from? I mean, the clothes on your back, the city you live in, even the whole idea of a 9 to 5 job. It's wild, but so much of it can be traced back to this one single, totally explosive period in history that just completely remade our world. Okay, so let's jump right in. What you're looking at here, this is basically the blueprint for that whole period we're talking about. The Industrial Revolution, which really kicked off around 1760 and ran through about 1840. Think of this image as our map for today's deep dive. It just perfectly lays out how a handful of key changes managed to spark a total global transformation. So the big question is, where did this all even start? Right? Well, like any huge revolution, it wasn't something that just happened overnight. It began with a spark, or in this case, a whole series of absolutely brilliant, world-changing inventions. And yeah, this one right here, it's arguably the biggest one of all. We're talking about the steam engine, perfected by James Watt. Think about it. Before this, power was just muscle power, human or animal. That was it. And then, all of a sudden, you've got this new source of energy that doesn't get tired, it's incredibly powerful, and you can stick it pretty much anywhere. This wasn't just a small step up, it was a total game changer. I mean, it was the literal engine of the revolution. And a perfect example of where that new power went, right into the textile industry. You see, with new machines like these, you could suddenly spin thread and weave cloth at a speed that was, well, it was just unimaginable before. This absolutely supercharged production, and it made textiles one of the very first industries to get completely turned on its head. But here's the thing, having a powerful engine and some fast machines, that's not quite enough. It's one thing to invent a cool new tool, right? It's a whole other ballgame to invent an entire new system to go with it. And that, well, that's exactly what happened next. Which brings us to the next absolutely crucial piece of this puzzle, the idea that would define the whole era, the rise of the factory. So what even is a factory system? Well, it's really this core idea right here. Centralizing production. I mean, instead of everyone working from their own homes with their own tools, you bring all the workers and all those brand new, super expensive machines together, all under one roof. It sounds so simple to us today, but you have to understand, back then, this was a totally radical, mind-blowing new way to organize work. And this comparison just lays out that huge shift perfectly. We went from a world that was all about manual labor, skilled craftspeople using hand tools, to a world run by machine labor. The very nature of what work meant was changing. It became less about crafting something from start to finish and more about just operating the machinery. Now, this new factory system, its effects didn't just stay inside the factory walls. Oh no, it kicked off this massive domino effect. A chain reaction that just rippled out and touched literally every single part of society. And you can see exactly how one thing led to the next. It's a perfect chain reaction, really. First, you get the new machines. Okay, so those machines need the factory system to be efficient. Then, that factory system makes mass production possible on a scale nobody had ever seen. And well, if you need thousands of workers to run those factories, they've all got to live somewhere, right? Which leads you straight to urbanization. And this is such a key point to get. The increased production of goods and the rapid growth of cities, they weren't two separate things happening at the same time. Nope, they were two sides of the same coin, locked together, feeding each other in this massive, unstoppable cycle. More factories meant more goods and more jobs. More jobs pulled more people into the cities. And all those people in the cities created demand for, you guessed it, even more goods. It just kept going. And what was the result? Well, a complete and total transformation of the landscape itself. I mean, we went from these spread out rural villages to these dense, sprawling industrial centers. For the very first time in all of human history, huge numbers of people started living in cities. This just fundamentally changed what our world even looked like forever. Okay, so after all that chaos, all the new inventions, all the people moving, all the new buildings, what's the takeaway? What are we left with? What is the real, lasting legacy of this incredible time? Well, the impact was just immense, and it really breaks down into three huge things. First, we got this relentless drive for technological progress, a cycle of constant innovation that, let's be honest, we're still in today. Second, we saw the rise of the factory economy, this whole system of centralized production that still pretty much defines how we make stuff. And finally, of course, it kicked off these major social changes. We're talking about the creation of a brand new urban working class, a total shift in the family structure. Basically, it laid the entire groundwork for the modern world we live in. And you know what's pretty wild is to think that this entire global shakeup really got its start in one relatively small place, Britain. But as we all know, the ideas and the tech that came out of there, they sure didn't stay put. They spread like wildfire and ended up reshaping the whole planet. And that really brings us right back to today, doesn't it? The Industrial Revolution gave us our world of mass production. It gave us the modern city. It basically set the stage for the kind of lives most of us lead. So the final question to think about is this. Now, a couple hundred years down the road, are we still dealing with the social consequences, both the good and the bad, that were kicked off by those very first factories?